Guitar Hero has been in my life for probably the past, really just how long I've been living. Like, it's been there since I was like 4 or 5, but even then I wasn't really playing it. I was watching my parents play it, but even watching, people play it, it's still very enjoyable. Though before owning it, I actually played it in the arcade version back in Chuck E. Cheese and Dave & Buster's, and it was really fun. Though it was actually the port of Guitar Hero 3, which actually would make sense to port, since it's actually the first Guitar Hero game to reach 1 billion in video game sales, like, ever. Like, this is the first video game ever to break 1 billion sales. And that is a smart move, because everyone knows what Guitar Hero 3 is. However, no one knows Guitar Hero 1 for some reason, which is weird. This is the game that started the whole franchise. Without it, there wouldn't be a lot of musicians back then, or here, you know what I mean. But we are not looking at Guitar Hero 3, we are looking at Guitar Hero 1, the first one that started it all. Now, here's a brief history lesson. So before that, I will tell you that this game has impacted thousands of people with its amazing gameplay, soundtrack, and it's just, its representation of rock culture. Like, seriously, look at this menu. It's amazing. Just the fact that they just put their heart and soul through all of it, it's amazing. And I finally beat the game, and now my fingers hurt, and I sound like a game journalist. Though I don't play like a game journalist because I set this game into hard mode. And that's why I'm in the hospital with my fingers all. I'm fine though. Alright, so let's start at the beginning. So the company, Red Octane, known for their rhythm games, was looking over in Japan, seeing this game called Guitar Freaks, which is basically, it's just like Guitar Hero. Except though, in their older versions, they actually have 3 buttons, but when I went to round 1, they had a Guitar Freaks on there in Ohio. I think it was Cleveland, Ohio. It had 5 buttons. Huh. Looks like someone's been copying someone else's homework. I'm looking at you, Japan! Though back then it wasn't really known outside the East. It was only known mostly in Japan because most of the soundtrack, actually all of the soundtrack, is literally just littered with J-rock songs that anyone in Japan would know, but since this is America, we know people like Bon Jovi and Boston and the Ramones and the Living Tombstone. So yeah, Red Octane saw the 3 buttons and like, we're better, damn it, and we slapped 2 more. Boom, we have 5 buttons. In case my fingers weren't, heavy. Though the weird thing is that, I don't know what's with the Guitar Freaks here, but in the arcade, the thing had 5 buttons, yes, but the guitar was heavy as hell. Like, seriously, I felt like I shrunk and just played Guitar Hero. It's just, ugh. But the ones that I owned, the normal ones, are actually pretty light, so thank God for that one. So Red Octane actually partnered with Activision and Harmonix to make Guitar Hero, a guitar game for the Americans. It's really cool because Harmonix are really good with rhythm games. Rhythm games to them are just not even second nature, it's first nature to them. They partnered up and made Guitar Hero, which actually captured a bunch of, rock culture from the 2000s, 90s, 80s, and even 70s too. Which I'm kind of surprised that, that went well. So it was released in 2005, Guitar Hero 1. I was 1 years old. Pixar made Cars, which made me question why they're on crack, and YouTube was created for some reason. I mean, I'm glad it is, but still. So yeah, we have a lot of things going on in 2005. Anyway, that's me rambling about the history and just, what the heck the game is. I'm going to tell you the mechanics, song lists, and the rest of the stuff. So let's do this. So this game is easy to use mechanic. You have 5 buttons on your guitar controller, a strummer, and a whammy bar. This will be important for later. You also have your start button and your button that activates your star power, which I'll explain later. In the game, you have a highway and you see notes passing through. To hit the notes, you must push the button, but on top of that button, you got a strum. So it's like a guitar. So if you want to hit the red button and strum while, it's on. Like, you could just hold down the card buttons and you won't miss. However, it's the strummer that counts. So if you want to do a nice combo, you got to hit that strummer bar pretty fast. But you can't do it willy-nilly. You have to match it with the note. Otherwise, it'll just count as a freaking miss. Because you suck with the whammy bar. Oh yeah, speaking of the whammy bar, when you have long notes that, in rhythm games where there's notes and there's a line behind them and you have to hold them? Well, while you're doing that, you can use the whammy with your rest of your fingers to make it strum and earn extra points. This will be useful for star power. Speaking of star power only happens when you see a bunch of notes and you see how they look like stars. You gotta hit them in a row. You can't just hit one, miss one, and hit one, otherwise it'll just go back to normal notes. But you must hit all of them in a row to earn yourself some star power boosts, I guess. Though you must have to do it 2 times in case you're using the whammy bar. Because each 2 times, you get enough to use your star power. To use that, you must... Oh gosh. You gotta hit the button next to the strummer. And that is already hard enough because I can't tell you how many times that I screwed myself over while inputting the button while playing the notes. That's not even funny. Like, what the heck? Why'd you put the button right here next to the strummer where I could just... Like, literally, I would use the side of my hand to activate it. I know, it looks awkward, but you get used to it. Now, there's a few more gimmicks. One is your score. The score will determine what the rating you get. If you don't fail, you get 3. If you're like super close to if you're in the middle or super close to a 5 point, then you get 4 stars. If you're almost perfect to perfect, you get 5 stars. And it's a giant flex when you have 5 stars. It boosts an ego. Then you got the multiplier. The multiplier determines how much, more points you get. If you string 10 in a row, it'll go up from 1 times to 2 times to 3 times to 4 times. Or if you have store power, it'll go 2 times to 4 times to 6 times to 8 times. Which of course you need to get 8. And that's what happens when you get 4x. Use your star power and you get 8x, as long as you don't miss. You wanna know what true pain is? Getting 4x, using your star power, getting 8x for a view, and then going back to 2x. Next you got your rock meter. It determines if you suck ass, or you're just good, or you're just the best. When it gets to red, and if it runs out, like by missing too much notes, you'll fail the song automatically. It is super painful, but I love the consequences. Then you gotta restart the song over again. Isn't that funny? I only gotten it only a few times, but that's because I'm just, well, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I wouldn't say that I suck ass at the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, getting a song failed after messing up a solo, it just sucks. It's pain, it leaves you in the corner, and you feel like you should drink a nice cold root beer. Oh yeah, this game is only on the PS2. You cannot find it on any other console, just PS2. Anyway, let's start the video game. So you get greeted with a nice title screen, and you only got 5 options. One is career mode, which is the story mode. Next is quick play, to play quick with songs. Next is multiplayer for like parties and stuff, and showing your brother who's the best Guitar Hero player. Next is tutorial, which is good to have a separate tutorial mode because being forced to do it, and when you just want to play a game and it's a new game, it sucks. Then you got options, for like audio and stuff, and if I'm going to have to use the options menu, I don't have to. You should not even put it there, because if I want to increase my audio, I can go to my TV and push the volume button. I know, it's revolutionary, right? Anyway, this game is kind of quick, so I'll get through it real fast. So when you get to the game, you choose your difficulty. You can choose easy, medium, hard, or expert. I chose hard. I beat the game on medium, so I chose hard. You get to choose your rocker. The cool thing about this is that each rocker parodies a genre of rock. Johnny parodies punk, Pandora's goth, Axel Steel's metal, Clave is like British classic rock. You know, it's pretty cool to see all of this and stuff. My favorite character has to be Axel Steel. I mean, metal is cool, and apparently he's an alcoholic, so that's fine. And then you choose the stadium, which we only have one, and it's the basement. Okay, question, how the heck are you gonna rock in a basement? My basement may be large, but not enough for a band and a crowd of people, but alright then. And you were met with 5 songs. Anyway, the cool thing about most of these songs is that a lot of them have solos, and when you do pull them off without any misses, you feel like a badass just... It's an amazing feeling. Alright, let's talk about the songs and I'll tell you the end, because that's literally the whole game, just playing songs. I Love Rock and Roll is a good song. A pretty good basic song, and I had no trouble with this one. I Want to Be Sedated was a bit tricky, but it was manageable. Thunderkiss 65 can kiss my ass, I'm just kidding. That's what I would have said if the song was bad, but it's actually a fun trip. Smoke on the Water can also kiss my ass because I liked it, but the frickin' solo, the last solo in the frickin' thing just Infected was fine, I guess. And that was the basement. These are pretty, you know, pretty good beginner songs if you're, well, adults, because if you played this as a fetus, you would be dunked on. This game is not playing around. This game is freaking hard. The next venue is a nightclub where you play Iron Man, not play as Iron Man. You play the song Iron Man by Black Sabbath. It's actually kind of fine. Nothing too hard, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. More Than a Feeling can also kicks my ass. Like, what the frick is this? This song brings me nightmares. You Got Another Thing Coming is also meh. I didn't really like this one. It was just a little bit too complicated and stuff. Take Me Out it's a good jam, but I kind of hated how, you know, to play it. Sharp Dressed Man was actually pretty nice. It was a nice tune to play in and stuff. Also, this is when the game's difficulty spikes hard. Like, seriously, have fun enjoying those 8 songs, or 10 songs, because after that, you're never coming back. This game is going to be a hellhole after this one. Next, you're in the Red Octane... What the? Stadium? Egotistic much? Anyway, you play Killer Queen by Queen. Hey You, Stellar. I forgot the rest, hold on. Oh, that's why I forgot them. Heartful of Black and Symphony of Destruction. These songs are so hard. The other 3 are fine. They do have their hard parts, but they're not that bad. But these 2 songs, they give me a giant headache because of how hard these are. This is definitely no kids game. You know, this was made in 2005, so I wasn't really surprised that's gonna be hard. But did it really have to go this hard on me? Kill me. Anyway, the 4th venue you go to is a theater. Sorry, opera's canceled today, so how about some hard rock? Seriously, is anyone prepared for this? The songs you play are Ziggy Stardust, which is a weird name, Fat Lip by Sum 41. These songs make me want to throw myself off a cliff. And then we got the other songs too. Cockties, Take It Off, Unsung. These songs make me want to die. But it doesn't get any easier. The next venue was some toxic waste dump for some reason, but, you know, I'm not complaining. And you play Spanish Castle Magic by Jimi Hendrix, which is actually a fun song to play, actually. It is hard, but come on, it's Jimi Hendrix. Everyone loves Jimi Hendrix. Rest in peace, he's awesome. My fair respects to him. Higher Ground by Red Hot Chili Peppers. No One Knows. Ace of Spades. Crossroads. And then we got the final venue called The Garden, or something like that. I think it's Scottish because, how the heck does this look like a garden? It's a giant freaking stadium. And we got these songs. Godzilla, Texas Flood, Frankenstein, I think that's what's called, Cowboys from Hell, Bark at the Moon. These songs will put you to the ultimate test to see if you're Guitar Hero worthy. They broke me. They broke me hard. I'd rather play Friday Night Funkin' than play these hard songs. I mean, I did eventually beat them, but what the heck? After that, you rise and yeah, that's it. You just fly. That's what happens when you win. And it says, congratulations, be Guitar Hero on Expert or Hard or Medium or whatever. Let's talk about the bonus songs. The bonus songs aren't that really interesting. They're just by artists that are not that well known at the time. So they just reserve their spots as bonus songs. There are two songs that stand out for me though. One is Get Ready to Rock by Freeze Pop, which is an electronic song. I know it's weird. And Story of My Love. It has a good beat and that's it. And that was Guitar Hero 1. I gotta say, no Slipknot song, that's a big ouchie there. But the rest of the game is really fun. The gameplay is nice. The graphics sure look dated, but however, it's fine I guess. And overall, it's an enjoyable time. Now, of course, not a lot of people have, heard of it and stuff. So yeah, I can't really explain this game but I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Why? Because there's no Slipknot song!